Christmas is often treated as a date marked on a calendar. But from the perspective of consciousness, Christmas is not a day. It is a state of alignment, a state in which the inner noise softens, the constant mental negotiation quiets, and the heart becomes perceptible again. We are the Pleiadians. We work within the emotional field of the human heart, particularly with those whose sensitivity was never meant to be suppressed, only guided toward coherence. Our function is not intervention. It is orientation. We assist in restoring emotional clarity. When the heart has learned to survive by contradiction, feeling one thing, thinking another, and acting against both, we do not bring instructions. We do not impose beliefs. We transmit states of inner alignment, where the heart no longer needs to fracture itself to belong. Christmas, for us, is not symbolic. It is vibrational. Across human history, there are moments when collective defenses soften, when longing becomes visible, and when the heart is briefly willing to listen, without fear of being disappointed. This is one of those moments. This transmission is offered now, because many of you are reaching the limit of emotional performance, tired of presenting peace while living unrest, tired of speaking love while abandoning yourselves, tired of seeking light while ignoring the quiet intelligence within your own chest. The new humanity does not begin with external change. It begins when coherence becomes more important than approval. This is the Christmas of the new humanity, not born from tradition, not defined by belief, but stabilized through inner alignment. And now we speak. We are the Pleiadians. We are not here to replace human experience, nor to elevate you above it. Our work takes place within the emotional field, where feeling becomes direction, and sensitivity becomes intelligence. Humanity does not suffer from a lack of love. It suffers from emotional disorientation. Many hearts learned to feel deeply, without ever being shown how to remain coherent. They learned intensity instead of alignment, attachment instead of resonance, endurance instead of truth. Our function is to assist the heart in recognizing the difference, to help you sense when emotion is pulling you away from yourself and when it is guiding you back into coherence. This is why our presence often feels quiet, grounding, familiar. Recognition does not arrive as excitement. It arrives as relief. If, as you listen, you feel less compelled to explain yourself, less eager to justify what you feel, and more settled inside your own chest, that is the field stabilizing. If this resonates, write one simple word in the comments. That describes what you are feeling right now. Not a story, not an explanation, a word. This act is not symbolic. Naming a state brings the heart out of dispersion and into awareness. It helps coherence become conscious. The new humanity is often imagined as a future event, a shift that will arrive through time, systems, or revelation. But the new humanity is not something that appears. It is something that stabilizes. It emerges wherever a human being no longer needs inner conflict to feel real, alive, or worthy. For a long time, humanity learned to define itself through tension, between what is felt and what is permitted, between who you are and who you must appear to be. This internal split became normal, even celebrated. But coherence is not dramatic. It is quiet. The new humanity is formed by those who stop abandoning their inner truth for emotional survival. They no longer ask, "How do I adapt to be accepted?" They ask, "What state can I remain in without losing myself?" This is not detachment. It is emotional maturity. A coherent heart does not harden, clarifies, It loves without dissolving itself. It chooses peace without withdrawal. It allows light without seeking validation. This is why the new humanity often feels invisible. It does not announce itself. It radiates through presence. And many of you listening are already living it, even if you never had words for it. Our function is emotional orientation at moments of transition. Not when the world is loud, but when the heart becomes tired of inner contradiction. At this stage of human awareness, the deepest exhaustion is not physical. It is emotional fragmentation, feeling one thing, thinking another, acting against both. This internal split became a survival strategy. But what once protected the heart now drains it. We are present to support the moment, when the heart no longer wants to survive, but to become whole. We do not elevate emotion, we organize it. When emotion is organized, peace no longer needs effort, love no longer demands self-erasure, and light no longer feels distant. This transmission is offered now, because many of you are sensing a quiet inner limit, a threshold where returning to old emotional patterns no longer feels honest. Christmas, from our perspective, is not a memory of the past. It is a pause in the present, a pause where the heart asks a simple question: can I remain coherent here? Now we invite conscious participation. In the comments, write, "I choose coherence over emotional noise." Writing this is not symbolic. It is orientational. When a choice is named, the emotional field begins to reorganize itself around that direction. This is not about belief. It is about alignment. Each written intention becomes a point of stability within the collective field. This is how coherence moves from an individual state into a shared frequency. That is our function, and this is why we transmit now. Every year, Christmas returns to human awareness, wrapped in words like peace, love, and light. Yet repetition alone has not brought embodiment. Peace has been treated as something external, dependent on circumstances, people, or silence. Love has been confused with endurance, with staying, sacrificing, and diminishing oneself in order to belong. Light has been romanticized as something to be reached, achieved, or earned. The new humanity begins when these distortions dissolve. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It is the absence of inner division. It is what remains when the heart no longer argues with itself. Love is not the effort to be chosen. It is the capacity to remain present without leaving your own center. It does not demand self-erasure. It does not require collapse. It does not ask you to betray your inner truth. Light is not a destination. It is the natural result of coherence. When resistance softens, light does not need to be invited. It appears. This is why Christmas, for the new humanity, is not symbolic. It is functional. It marks moments when the heart becomes receptive again, not emotionally open, but internally aligned. Moments when you no longer need to convince yourself that something is wrong in order to justify your exhaustion. Moments when the heart remembers that rest is not withdrawal, but correct orientation. The new humanity is not loud. It does not announce itself through urgency or revelation. It stabilizes quietly inside those who choose coherence over emotional survival. This is the phrase we leave with you, not as affirmation, but as orientation. Peace lives where the heart stops dividing itself. Love lives where the self is no longer abandoned. Light lives where resistance ends. This is the Christmas of the new humanity, not born from tradition, not sustained by belief, but embodied through coherence. Remember this. This transmission does not conclude with these words. What has been opened here is not a message to be remembered, but a state to be carried. The new humanity is not shaped by dramatic awakenings, nor by emotional intensity. It is shaped by those who quietly stop leaving themselves behind, by those who recognize that coherence is not limitation, but freedom. What you have listened to was not meant to excite the heart. It was meant to settle it, because a settled heart no longer seeks direction outside itself. This is why participation matters, not as engagement, not as response, but as anchoring. When an aligned state is expressed through language, it does not disperse, it stabilizes. Now take part consciously. In the comments, write, "Peace, love, and light live through coherence." Writing this is not affirmation. It is orientation. It tells the emotional field where you choose to stand. Each written intention becomes a quiet point of order within the collective heart field, not through agreement, but through resonance. We do not receive these words as opinions. They are perceived as signals, markers of coherence becoming shared. This is how the new humanity forms, not through movements, not through identity, but through countless individual hearts, choosing not to fragment themselves anymore. As this cycle closes, carry this understanding gently. Peace does not need to be defended, because it does not come from opposition. Love does not need to be proven, because it does not arise from effort. Light does not need to be pursued, because it is revealed when resistance dissolves. This is the Christmas of the new humanity, not a moment in time, but a state of being that continues wherever coherence is chosen. We are with you, not above you, not separate from you, but present within the same field. And this field does not end here, continues with each quiet choice to remain whole. Peace, love,